Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick, and this is my husband, Bill Pick.
Hello.
So let's see if you can see if I've gone.
It just went live.
Well, I know it did on your phone, but see if it is on the computer there,
Right
and
there.
tell me if I am lined up correctly.
Lined up.
Okay. Oh, it's not too bad. It's a little off, but I think I can deal with that.
I think your paper's crooked.
Is it my paper?
Because this is down here and this is up, so.
Okay, well, then it's my paper. Okay, while you are sharing that, I'll see if I can step over here. Hi, Beverly. Hi, Jean. Hi, France. How are you? Hi, Jean Shoot. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? Hi, Jackie. Hi, Beth Ann. Hi, Kathy. Hi. Oh, that's Jackie again. Hi, Marcia.
Jackie.
Come on in. Say hello. And we'll get started here. I do want to say, since most of you who are on here right now have kind of been following my dog adventures, we are waiting in for the Palmyra Veterinary Clinic to get back to us on the pathology reports. They were sending stuff out to the pathologist and to the dermatologist and whatever to see if we can get her so that she's feeling better. She's looking a little rough. She's lost the fur on her feet and some around her booty, and she's got one eye that she's pretty much scratched it all off of. So these allergies are tough for her, and hopefully we'll get an answer. So okay, so if you are new, say hello, tell us where you're from. We love that. And welcome. Be sure to like and follow us so that you get noticed when we have our videos or postings of all of the specials. And I know you guys have, a lot of you today have done some serious ordering from the new mini catalog. I will actually start there. So today, oh no, I have to do the drawing. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe I forgot about the drawing. So this is the card that we made last week. Isn't it just gorgeous? It's very simple, but it's just a gorgeous little card for not doing one of my fun folds and doing one of my technique cards. What's that? Oh, he's talking to Izzy. Izzy, go to work.
Go to work.
She's still a little confused since her sedative yesterday. But anyway, so this was made with masking tape, which is just such an easy little trick. And these are actually going to be given. I've got their little ticket packet. And for those...
favorite
this
word, ombre.
Ombre. There's Bill saying it again. So there was quite a few shares, you guys, between YouTube and Pinterest and all that. I was really shocked and surprised with it all. So thank you very much. Share this video to your wall and you get an opportunity to win one of my handmade cards. So today we're going to do these two. These were from last week. And then if you share this week, next week's cards will be available to be won. So I appreciate that. Let me know you shared in the comments. And Bill likes to do the drawing.
Okay. Ooh, I got two right off the bat.
Right off the bat. That's awesome.
Ooh.
Okay. Who do we have?
Jackie Johnson.
Oh, Jackie. You lucky doggy. Okay. I have your address.
And Beverly Folk.
Oh, Hey, Beverly Folk. All right. She hasn't won in a while. Neither has Jackie, for that matter. There for a while, Jackie was on a spree. Okay, so I have both of your addresses, and I will get those out to you. Let's get going. So the new catalog went live today, and it was an amazing day. There were some people who were up at the early hour of 1 a.m. Central Time, because I know our own resident Jean Shoot was placing an order.
Really?
She was up at the crack of dawn. I thought I was the only one. And as you guys have seen, the catalog took off and there's already things that are sold out. But do not worry. We're going to talk about this because today I am going to be using this harvest. Is Mary Jo here? Have you seen her?
I shared to her.
Okay.
I don't know. Debbie Lyons is there.
Oh, hi, Debbie.
France.
And France, yay, France. We're so glad to see you and have you with us. Anyway, this beautiful fall set that has come out is fabulous. It really is. And we're going to be using the Autumn Leaves bundle today. I'm actually going to be using some different stuff than the embellishments and stuff. FYI, the paper is sold out, but it'll be back by the 11th here of this month. I know that the ribbon and this stuff is to die for. If you haven't seen it, it is really gorgeous. And I think even the embellishments are sold out, but they're coming back. If something says currently unavailable, it will come back. That means it's not done. It will come back. And if you're worried, if you have a timeline or something that you're trying to plan on something, send me a message right here on Facebook. I would be more than happy to go look and see what the predicted time. Now that's not the guaranteed time, but the predicted time that it's going to be back. So we're going to be using this, and it's got a beautiful set of dies to go with it. And I'm going to show you an awesome tip with that. You can see a little close up of this stamp. So see, I have this one right here because we're going to be using it. And then we're also going to be using, and I put this page just so that you could see it. It is, what are these called? Brushed gold cards and envelopes. So normally, you know, I make my card bases, but this has 20 of each in here. And when I saw these, I knew right away. In fact, I'm going to pull one out as we're talking here. I knew right away I had to get them because I want you to see this. So let me pull one out. So you've got two sides to this. They're pre-scored. I love that. So all that time when I do that, here, I'll even use the bone folder to make sure I've got that burnished down really good. Okay, so you can use them like this, or you can use them like this. They have, one side has more solid gold. Does that show up, Bill?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
Really
and
nice.
one has this, but wait, there's more. I love this because this one has a matching envelope, and look at it. It's not just here where you've got the fold, but it also has on the front, which I think that is really, really pretty. So we're going to be using this as our card base tonight. And this is all from our September-December mini catalog that just went live today. So if you don't have a catalog and you need a catalog, send me a message here on Facebook. I'd be glad to get you a catalog. Now, the other things that we're going to be using, this is from our annual catalog. So this is going to be still available. You guys remember the All About Daisies paper that we have? This is from my paper share, or Fresh as a Daisy, sorry. That's what it's called. From my paper share when the annual catalog. So isn't this really pretty? Flip it over. Oh my gosh. Does that not make the prettiest fall colors for leaves, right? So this is the copper clay, and it's got kind of that washed look so that it looks like a brushed canvas, I guess is what I want to say. And then this one is the new wild wheat, which, you know, I would be honest to say that this wasn't my favorite color until I put it to fall. This is so gorgeous, and you will see it actually comes off kind of looking really gold on this. So we've got that we're using. I'm also going to be using a little bit of our distressed gold foil sheets. So I'm going to do some veining with this, and I have a nice tip for that. And then what else do I have? Have you guys seen these in the catalog? For those of you who have the new one, this is the deckled circles, and I've had this middle circle here taken out. But you know what's really cool about this, Bill?
What's that?
It looks like torn paper. And you know, you don't have to do the work. You just run it through the embossing machine.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. So here is the bundle. So this is called Autumn Leaves. It's got I'm Thankful with a Grateful Heart. So this is perfect to kind of kick off the catalog with a Facebook Live with this. And then it has some dies that go with it. And some of them even have, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm having word find issues. Labels. There's a couple of labels we'll be using in that. So let's get started with this. if you do buy this as a set instead of separately, you do save 10% on both the stamp set and the die set. So it's really makes it kind of nice to get that extra savings on this. All right, so we already have our card base here. So let's just work through some of what we need. We got a few dies here. So what am I going to do when we got dies, Bill?
Run them through the machine.
I am going to run them through the machine. You are right. So let's take out our project.
Mini or the big one?
I'm going to use the mini if they'll fit. Now, some things I did die cut. So I have a piece. You know what this is, Bill? This card is going to be...
looks like one of those circles.
Deckled circles? Yes, it is.
Like vellum.
It's vellum. That's right. You know what this reminds me of, though? This card? One of your... What did you call it? A 7-Up card?
Oh, 7 layers?
7-layer card. There we go. Okay, so I'm making a salad. That's right. 7-layer salad. So here is a deckled circle. I don't know. Does that show, Bill?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it showing the edging?
The edge.
Okay.
I can see that.
So if you haven't seen this in the catalog, it's kind of towards the back. It's a single die on its own, but they're so worth it. It's kind of like our deckled rectangles. And then I have that, what is this? Is this an oak leaf? So I went ahead and I cut it out on that daisy paper, and I don't know how well you see this, but it kind of has like a little gold because that DSP does.
You can see it.
Okay, and I'm going to take your pick tool because I want 2 of these, so I ran this through already just to save a little bit time on the demonstration. I need a safe place to put this. Okay, so we have those. We're going to be stamping this one, and we're going to be stamping on these 2 and running them through. This is that distressed gold foil paper that I was talking about. And then here's our daisy paper, and the daisies aren't showing on the top. This was at the top. So when I was kind of coming up with...
You can see a little bit.
Yeah, you can, can't you? Just a little bit. All right, so let's do a little stamping first. So I'm going to bring back in that Stampin' Pierce mat. What this does is if you haven't stamped with our photopolymer stamps, this gives a little bit of cushion instead of the red rubber stamps. So I'm going to take that... what is the name of this? Copper clay side of the DSP. Our DSP have 2 sides, and I'm going to take the maple. And I always love red maples. I have since I was a child. I think they're really pretty. And I'm going to take my cherry cobbler stamp pad, and I'm going to ink it up. Now, here's one thing. My stamp pad is not very inky, moist. I hate that word, but...
Slushy.
Yeah, slushy. I don't have it overly filled or anything. Goopy. There you go. There's the word. Juicy. That's another word I don't care for. So when you are doing this, if you have one that is already inked pretty heavily, you might want to stamp off a generation just to get it to not be as wet. But when it's really wet on these, this has got like that kind of that distinctive or even a watercolor type look in there, and it's supposed to. It tends to kind of bleed. So I'm running this right through that cherry cobbler pretty heavily, just tap, tap, tap. And then I'm going to take this and place it on the DSP. And I'm going to stand up here just to give it a good press to make sure, because I don't have a whole lot of ink on this. Don't worry about it being perfect, but let's definitely transfer this. And I tend to forget, I don't know if you do or not, but I tend to forget that we can stamp on our designer series paper. So if anybody's new here and doesn't know what DSP is, that's designer series paper. I forget that we can stamp on that, and that's perfectly fine. Now, while I have this, I'm going to go ahead and take, so this is the cherry cobbler on top of the copper clay. And then I'm just going to I have a bunch of these washi tape pieces, and I'm going to just set this on here because we're going to cut this out. So I want that to be layered. And then for this one, this is just a piece of basic white, and I have the I'm Thankful stamp, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in the copper clay. Now this one is very juicy, so I probably should have had a I might be able to get it. Just don't ink it really heavy. Just right in the middle here of this scrap piece of basic white cardstock. Now remember, it will dry a little bit lighter. And then from that
What
same,
color was that?
this was copper clay.
Okay.
And then from that same thing, I told you that there was label dies from the same die set with those. And I'm just going to run and get another piece of, I'm going to center it on here and get another piece of washi tape just to position it and hold it. So now I can move this out of the way. Oh, I forgot about this. Well, I'm going to use this even though it's got a little glue on it. That's for later in the demonstration. But if you use the small cutting, I always find that it helps. Our bigger cutting machine has a wider base on it, so it doesn't move around. This one has a little bit smaller base, so if I put it right on my silicone mat, it holds it. You're going to need a base plate and then 2 cutting plates. Now I have one that I don't really cut with, and I have one that I cut with. So if you have been watching me or following me for any amount of time, the trick is just to make like a letter E when you hold the plates like this, so that there's just a little bit as it's going into the machine. It just makes it a little bit easier if you have the plates, the 2 outside like a letter E and then the 1 back. Okay, so I'm going to try to hook these where I can cut more than 1 at a time, just to save a little bit of time. So I'll put these on here with the 1 and then the 2 down below and then the 2 on top by the 1. Got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. Then make the E, the capital E. Then you go and get it in until it catches, and then you can hold on and run this through. But since I am, there we go. Give it a good twist, and there we go. So we're going to do it again. So I've got this cut out and this one, and then I want to do on, I just cut my, I'll do it again so you can see it, the 1 and the 2 kind of so that they're layered, and then the other 2 on top. So you have your die. Now this is the veining, and this is what makes this stand out compared to all of the other fall leaf sets that we've had, I think. So we're going to run it through. And since I don't have to line that one up, I didn't have to put a little piece of washi tape to hold that. Okay, so now I can put my machine. It's just so much easier to use that smaller machine to demonstrate than hauling the big one over. All right, so let's pull this out. Now there is, for thin little dies like this, because I can just hear a couple of you, oh my gosh, wait till you see the trick I have. I got a trick up my sleeve. Okay, so that's very thin veining, isn't it?
Holy smoke.
Yeah, it is. But don't worry, don't worry. Remember, that's why I come here every week, is to teach. I love to stamp and to craft, and I love to teach. Now, I'm going to save this because we have a pumpkin punch that I've been using this to make little pumpkin stems out of. It's so cute. So,
oh, wow.
yeah, I use it all. You know that. I don't waste. Although he does see my big boxes of Stampin' Up. Wait till you see the one I'm getting Friday. They told me it shipped already. I placed an order today, you guys, so I may have to do a little bit of a reveal. Yeah.
Ooh.
I pay a lot for expedited shipping, so okay. And you don't even want to know, Bill, but just know that the business pays for it. It's not coming out of your checkbook. Right. Okay, so we've kind of got this all set up with our pieces. So this card is actually very easy if, let me get this out of the way, once you get going. What's that?
That negative can make a good stencil.
The negative?
Where you punched it out.
Oh, yes. Good point, Bill. I already pitched
Jackie
it.
That made that point.
Yeah, but that was a good point, Jackie. Very good. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to elevate this piece or this leaf by putting this on, which makes this beautiful. Tell me how well this shows up on camera. Does this show up?
Awesome.
Okay, so you guys know that I use a sponge dauber, and then I wanted to show you this because I don't know if I've ever shown you this technique. So once I put my glue and then I flip it over and I can sponge daub on here, that's great, right? And then when this dries, you literally can, nothing sticks to it. If you do stuff with a hot glue gun, nothing's going to stick to this thing. This is like $6.50 for this little sheet, and I'm telling you what, it's worth every crafter's every penny for every crafter. So anyway, this is how I would do it. And then I just save this one because it doesn't stick to the sheet, but also because this thing gets kind of gooey over time. But every now and again I'll replace them, but I'm not going to do that now. So, but what I want to do is I'm going to bring this sheet back in because I am going to be gluing on this sheet, but I want to show you guys something that's really kind of fun. So you can do, I do a lot of this. You guys know I love the Tombow liquid glue. It is my favorite. If you live in a humid climate, and I do, although it was much more humid in Iowa than it is down here. Even though it's humid here, whew, I'm really loving it down here. So if you guys don't know, I've moved to Missouri, right? Yeah, that's where I'm at. And it is, I'm loving it. I think everyone should move here. So anyway, I have, you can go like this too. This is the other method. You can use that, put the glue in it and daub it, or you can do this, which I think this is really easy when you don't have an extremely full. That's why I always keep a couple on hand so that I have one that's not as full. Now this is foil, and I want this to be kind of easy breezy. So you can do this, which is probably one of my preferred ways. Unless, you know, you have shaky hands, you can do it the other way. But I'm going to show you something. So, you know me too. I don't like glue everything completely down. This stuff is very sticky. So let's just kind of, see what I mean? Very sticky. So let's just go like this and put it down like so. Okay. So I do it on that mat. This will dry clear, but I do it on that mat for a reason. But I saw another demonstrator do this, and I knew I had to come and teach you guys this. So I'm just taking the glue dots, the mini glue dots, and I'm going to rip off a piece of this paper. And then I'm going to put, you ready, Bill? This is going to blow your mind too. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there. Can they see that on the camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Like that, just a little bit. Now watch. I want to come in here, and you see this one I didn't get glued? Go in like that and down. Right? Is that like genius?
That's like awesome.
Yeah, I know. It is such a good tip to do and get these down, especially on these pieces that are just tiny, and it's, you know, kind of hard to deal with on these tiny pieces, especially if you have like shaky hands, which sometimes I do.
Way.
What?
Like, it looks so easy.
It is easy. I'm coming through here and I'm just taking.
Clever.
Yeah, it is clever. So there you go. I'm hoping that everyone can use that tip. I know. Doesn't it make you like, aha? Okay, so we're going to set this aside now, and I'm going to let that dry just a little bit, and I'm going to move this out of the way. So there's those 3 ways of adhering when you're using that liquid glue and you don't want it all over the place. Now let's bring in, this is our envelope, so let's bring in our base. What I love about this is these are pre-done, so I didn't have to do anything this time. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And we need to pick what side we like. And I really like this side where it's got kind of that distressed look. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start here, and we're going to build up from here. I'm going to use some of my Stampin' Seal. So if you don't like the liquid glue, you can always use the
Stampin' Seal.
Yeah, the Stampin' Seal, but it's called tape runner. There we go. I was having trouble. And you could do that. I love this for certain things, but I don't use it when I'm trying to center stuff like on my other cards. So in this case, I'm just going to use it right here in the center because I'm going to cover this up. So when you're, my number one question I get is how do I hide the adhesive on my, when I'm putting down vellum? Well, you have to have something go over it in most cases. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to...
6 layers on top of it to hide it.
Well, you are right. I mean, I can't say that. So I'm going to go ahead.
5 because that's layer 2.
There, yeah, there you go. There's layer 2 right there. You keep track. And then do you count this, see it, as 1 or 2? Because they're built up. I don't know how you count it. So then you have to determine where you want.
Well, that would be 4 because there's 2 layers.
Well, why are you whispering?
Oh.
You have to say it so they can hear you.
That would actually be 4 because there's 2 layers there.
There's 2 layers there. Okay, well, that's good. So I know that I'm going to have this coming off here. I just think that gold really pops and elevates this card. I mean, come on, let's just face it. All of us card crafters know that Hallmark has nothing on us, right? Priceless. Right. So I am going to do just a slight, not as much as I normally do of crinkling, because we know that the leaves are never flat. And I'm going to take, this is our linen thread. I know a lot of times I use our baker's twine, but this is our linen thread. And this is another huge investment. I just bought a couple more of these because I was getting low, which this is almost a brand new one, but I feel like it's getting low. I use a lot of this during the fall. So I showed you guys before a couple, was it last week? I like to pull this out so that it's not so curly cued on me because I'm going to do a little trick. I want this to kind of come across here. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal again and come right across the middle with this. And with my hands, I'm going to do a large 1, 2, 3, just to get it kind of layered up. And then you can push it together and it should lay down right on your card. And I kind of right across here. So I want to have a little texture on this. I'm going to spread these out a little bit, just a little bit. And that is the easiest way I know to attach it is with the seal. So now I do have all of this flat on here, so each of these pieces are like held down. Now I'm going to take this because you see already I'm building. So now how many layers? If I add that, that's, what do you think? 5? I may have more layers than what a 7-layer salad that you're talking about, but okay. So let's go, and I want to look at where this is and grab some dimensionals. And I don't know, do I want dimensionals or do I want to do it flat? No, I better do dimensionals because this will kind of hold that paper up. So we're just going to do some dimensionals. Let's see what it looks like here. So I need one here, obviously, and I'm going to need one there. And I don't want to have too much because if I can, I'll bend up the ends. So that'll be enough to hold it down. Well, look at it, already held that backing. So let's get our little trash bucket here that I put all my scraps in. This will be enough for now because I'm going to do some more stuff on this. So we'll just put that down. What are you thinking? Are there any comments going on or is everyone asleep? Okay, good. I'm going to make sure nobody's asleep here.
Well, they're not asleep, but they're saying, man, I forgot to order those cards today.
Oh, were people gonna?
Yeah,
you know.
Page 76 and 34, so of the mini.
Yeah, they are really, really cute. Okay, you know what? You can still order them. I don't think these are on the I think this is kind of one of those things that people forget about, but it's so nice to just have the bases and envelopes done. So This would be great for birthday cards if you've got fall birthdays. So I've got a glue dot on the back of this leaf, and I'm going to hook it, and I kind of want it to have maybe like that. So I'm going to hook that, and then I'm going to do some bending of my leaves, you know. Let's just bend that paper. Now they will flatten out, so you might want to overbend them just a bit because they'll flatten out in the mail. And then I want to look at where I want that. And I think that's good. So I will stick it on here. So I don't know how many layers you're counting this. If you're counting 1 and 2 off of that, I think maybe you're getting a little crazy, Bill.
Well, that would only be 1.
Oh, this one you're counting as 1, but this one you count as 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just put it there. So we have a little bit there.
Because they're the same.
Because of the what?
They're the same.
Well, that goes to the same thing. I just don't understand you. So
The leaf.
Instead of doing and if you haven't seen this, this is so pretty. The copper, I chose the gold because I went with the gold bases. But this stuff is really pretty. This comes in a combo pack, the copper and naturals. And right now, it will be back. So everyone who's thinking, oh my gosh, it will come back. I decided that I'm going to stick with this gold. So I have the satin edged ribbon. You can see it's a little sheer in the middle. It's got gold and then the satin edge. It is in a very vanilla, but I don't mind. As you can tell, I mix metals. I mix ivory and white too. So, or what is it called? Very vanilla and basic white.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just make a quick little granny knot bow and adjust it, play with it. I have so many people tell me that's the other thing, bows. Adjust it. And then we'll trim it off here so I have as much left over possible on my roll and trim it off here. Oh, I didn't like how that trimmed. I'm going to do it again. I had a different angle on each side. And then just using a glue dot again, I'm going to go ahead and pop this up. What's going on? Is it quiet?
Yeah, they're watching intensely.
Intensely?
Oh, they're...
Okay. So isn't it pretty so far? It's gorgeous. What can I say? I like it.
They're saying how great the mini catalog is.
It is. If it doesn't say anything to the fact that we have things that are sold out on the first day, I mean, that tells you right there that it's a good catalog, I think. Now, you guys know me. You could get by with 2, but I hate it when my stuff sags, so I'm going to put 3. So let's just go ahead and we're going to layer this.
You're saying there's so many things they have to pace themselves.
I know. Unfortunately, I didn't do that, Bill. I'm glad you're over in Quincy when when I get the deliveries. That's all I have to say. So you can determine how you want it. I think I may see if I'm going to do it. I'll have it come like this. Now, I love this die because I should have showed you before I put it on, because it does have these little edges here that are stitched. I don't know how well that shows. I see it. Does it show?
It looks good.
Okay. So we've got that. So we've got the linen thread. We've got the ribbon. We've got movement because we've bent that paper. We've got vellum in the back. We've got bling bling up the yin yang. So then I was going like, okay, it needs something else. It needs embellishments. But we've got a lot of bling. You know, usually our embellishments are for bling. And then I walked across to where my stuff was, and my neutrals adhesive back sequins. You guys know I've been really loving all the adhesive back sequins we've been getting. These things are awesome. And I knew I couldn't do copper. I thought I would do gold, but you know what? Gold gets kind of lost on there. But then, look, that is so perfect with the copper clay. I think it is copper clay. So using my take your pick tool, you can use either side, but I really like the pokey side. That's just me. I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll start with one of these large ones here. And we'll do one there. And then how about if I do one of the smaller ones here? Notice I'm kind of keeping everything right around that focal point. And then I guess I'll just do another one. They say do them in threes because, or odd numbers actually, because it's aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, I stuck to that. And I think it looks much better than a card from Walmart. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with cards from Walmart, but I know that it was handmade. Now you could add your personal saying on the inside. You could do some stamping on the inside if you wanted to. You could add a I'm thankful, and you know, if you have a sentiment. Oh, you know what? I just realized I missed the sentiment that I was going to put on there. So let me show you the original one. I put, I'm thankful for all you do. There's another stamp in that stamp. Now, it just wouldn't be a Facebook Live if I didn't screw it up somehow, wouldn't it? They have these ones that kind of fit, like this says with a grateful heart, or I'm thankful to have you as a friend. I'm thankful for all you do, which is what I had originally picked at. Isn't that just gorgeous? What do you think, Bill?
I like it.
I think it was awesome. I love it when they add specific labels in here, and then to get that deckled on there with that vellum, I think that makes it look really, really pretty. And so with this one, popping it up, now that you have it put together, that's why I didn't want to use the dimensionals to put that all the way down. Popping that up and giving it some life in here. This is going to be a keeper that people will keep. You know, you can't keep a text or an email, but you can keep a card. Now, these cards are going to be for next week's giveaway. So if you've tuned in here a little bit later, you probably missed where I said if you share this week, you get your name into the drawing next week. So I encourage you guys to share to your wall. So follow us here. And if you are watching me later on YouTube, be sure to hit subscribe so that you get noticed when we go live. Here's some of the announcements. We've got some new things happening. For those of you who are on the website today, did you see the new Christmas Everywhere kit? This is perfect if you're a new stamper because it's got all kinds of trees on here, like for Christmas trees. They have, well, I guess a cactus isn't a tree, but like if you lived in Arizona or someplace where they cactus, yeah, or palm trees, like say Hawaii or something, or Florida, yeah, there you go. This is really, really cute little set, and I don't have the thing. I printed off the wrong one. I don't have the thing to tell you if it's all exclusive or not. I think it is an actual stamp set where you have to stamp the sentiments on it instead of an all exclusive. But it comes with these, and it is brand new starting today. So if you're interested in our kits, I know I got a few of you who buy the kits kind of often, and that works well with you. There's a new Christmas one out, and it's just cute as can be. My printer cut this off, but there is a special release going on. I don't know if you guys saw this. I will try to tell you. This is adhesive back gold and silver bling paper. That's different than what I used tonight. I use the distressed foil. This is bling paper. Immediately when I saw that, I knew I had to have that because I'm thinking of the Happy New Year's and the cutout words that you could do with it, and having that already have the adhesive on the back, I think is pretty awesome. There's the Shining Christmas. Now this is a specialty paper, and you can't tell because I don't have a high definition printer, but it actually has a sheen on it, so that's going to be really pretty paper. Traditions of St. Nick's actually go with a stamp set that's in the new catalog. The Delightful Floral, I ordered a couple of these and even one for one of my friends because this is bright, beautiful. It goes with the translucent floral bundle that's available in the mini catalog that just went live. And then the tartan foil. So when I saw that right away, I thought of Nick. Because isn't tartan like a pattern?
Yeah,
like a Celtic pattern or something. So these are on special release, and they're in the online exclusives under new arrival. You'll find them, and they are only here while supplies last. On top of that, which none of the demonstrators knew, but I found it this morning, they have this new bundle that they have out, and it is not a stamp set and a die. I mean, you can buy them separately, but a punch, I mean, not die, but you can buy them together and get the 10% off in the bundle. And I thought this one was really cute. I knew right away I had to have it. It has a Mr. and Mrs. sending you lots of love and hugs. Oh, if I had grandchildren, I'd be sending them that. With sincere sympathy, let's eat cake. I hope your day is filled with joy. For you, it's got a couple of designs to go around the punch. I love punch sets. What can I say? So that's on there. This is my reminder to let you guys know that I will be going live this Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. So what is that? 5 on the East Coast, yep. 3 on Mountain Time, yep. And 2 on the Pacific Coast. And I don't know, because I know that there's people from all over the world. I don't know Australian time, but I know that that's 10 p.m. over in Ireland, because Nick doesn't let me forget it, does she?
Nope.
So we will be having one. I'm pretty excited. I've got quite a few things from the new catalog I'm getting ready to do. And the last but not least is, if you want to purchase any of the items that you saw tonight, or even any in the catalog, or when you go online, please use this host code. This is my current host code. I don't know how long it'll last after how everyone bought today, but it is currently the host code right now. Use it for all orders under $149.99. Because after that, $150, you start collecting host rewards. If you use my host code, you get automatically put into my rewards program, which is about 10% off everything you buy. For every $35 purchase, you get a letter to the name Piccadilly. There's 10 letters in the name Piccadilly. And when you get all 10 collected, it's kind of like a buy one, get one free. You get a $25 shopping spree on me, plus I pay the tax and shipping. However, you're allowed to save those and build those up till you get 50, because then you can get bundles like this new bundle. And I would be happy to talk to you about that if you have any questions. If you're interested in joining my team, I would love to have you. If you need a catalog, send me a message here on Facebook, and I will get that out to you. So take care, everyone. We'll see you on Friday. I hope you had a good time and learned a few things.
Bye.
Bye.